Hi, you guys. So I wanted to come back and to touch on, well, Tommy Sotomayor, he's live. I see a lot of people are live talking about this, however, but Tommy is live and he's probably going to be going to stay on that live all night, right, for hours. 'Cause some of these people, they do stay on lives for over 4 or 5 hours. And I feel like he's definitely going to break a record with this conversation. He is breaking down the interview between Tasha K and Shay Means. And Shay Means is the young lady who was on the podcast with him that he allegedly says that she hit him. But when I saw the video, I think I said this, but briefly spoke on it. When I saw the video, I didn't realize there was another person standing in between them. By the time all of everything kind of broke out, and so, like she's saying, what he did was he pushed someone into her, and now they're trying to spin the narrative that she somehow attacked him. Um, but I don't know if you guys saw her interview with Tasha K. She was saying that the lawyers that she was talking with, they reviewed the video because it's, of course, all over the place. I believe it's on World Star and a few other places, and so people can access what happened. And they were saying that, yeah, I mean, it wasn't just even the pushing, because technically he started this quote unquote fight when he pushed that person into her. Regardless if he was the one who physically touched her, he was trying to use that person's body to to harm her, and to use that person to kind of fall into her or whatever he was trying to do with that. Um, then he not only that, but he was also using all of that verbal abuse language, the language that he was calling her B's and H's and dumb and all kind of other stuff that he was saying to her, talking about her deceased father who just passed away a week ago. So he was definitely provoking that whole situation. So for people who are trying to pretend like they think she reached out and just slapped him out of nowhere, that is in fact not true. And when you actually go and see the video, you see that there is another person in between them already before anything even took place. And so and that's how everything started. And then he got up and started windmilling at her, wanting to fight like he was a woman. Like he isn't, like maybe he is, I don't know. But he started windmilling like her, at her, like he was fighting another man. And like I said to you guys in my other video about all of this, when he had men approach him, he had no smoke for them. He had absolutely nothing to say. In which I'm going to play you guys a very small clip of Tariq Nasheed going in on him, which have me over here in real life tears, child. Every time I think about it. But I told you guys that Tariq had approached him during a Vlad episode years ago. And he's explaining how Vlad had to start having security at his wherever he films his podcast after that situation because he wasn't invited. He went up there to approach Tommy because if you guys are familiar with Tommy, he talks really, really crazy about anybody that he's in some type of verbal battle with, man or woman. Um, but and sometimes he just talks about people for no reason that he don't even know, right? So it's a lot of that as well. Like he really has serious issues with himself, and that he needs to address with a professional. He thinks that he is a professional, but he needs to address his real issues. And I'm laughing, but I'm very serious. He really needs to address his issues with a professional because um, yeah, he is out of control. And you would think after all of this time that he's been on YouTube doing all of this, that he would get better. Because I've seen people that have been on YouTube for a while actually grow, right, and change or go in a different direction what it is that they're trying to do. And for the lame people that are out here trying to act like he's making a point with his channel, he's not. He's not. And I already told you guys in that other video why he's doing the stuff that he's doing for these moments. That's the only reason he's doing the stuff that he's doing. He's not trying to heal the black community. Y'all need to miss me with that nonsense. And maybe that's the lame excuse you guys are giving YouTube. I don't know. I don't know if YouTube are really approaching these people or not, but maybe that's the lame excuse that you guys are trying to pretend like you're holding dialogue for our community, and you're not. They're not Kevin Samuels and Tommy Sotomayor and anybody else and the rest of these weirdos that are on here. They're not holding these conversations because they're trying to heal our community. They're doing the things that they're doing strictly for clicks and views, and they know that those racist people that follow their channels will come to their channel if they see them acting, like the buffoons that they are. Point blank and period. It's nothing deep to this, okay? Nothing. There's nothing deep to this. Because if he was the type of man with that type of a moral set, he would be in the house with his children. So miss me with that nonsense. We don't need advice from men who are not doing the things that they're trying to give other people instructions on. And I've said this before, but I will keep saying it. I don't need Kevin Samuels to give anyone advice when he's not following the advice that he's giving. Who are these people to stand on on some type of moral ground when they don't even live the stuff that they're saying? Tommy is not living the stuff that he's saying. His own brother said he don't even know. Well, his own brother confirmed. His brother did not say it. Tariq Nasheed was the one who said it. That he has kids that he don't even know, that he never raised. Okay, so he don't have any moral ground to stand on and tell no other man why he's not in the house with his kids, or why some black woman is making a child, knowing that she's not married. That's not his conversation because he's not doing it. I told you guys he has a new baby. He has a baby that's under 2 or 3 years of age right now with some girl that he met. I believe when it was that 2020 when he started that whole OnlyFans page in the first place. So he has a small baby. He's not in the house with that child. So I don't nobody want to hear all that lame nonsense. All of that is lame talking points and people would have a right to say, well, where is your wife and where is your family? Okay, and to my understanding, Tommy has several children, and he's not in the house with any of them, and never have been. So he has no moral ground to stand on to give anybody instructions on how to be a man. Okay, so maybe he's using that for YouTube to make them think that he's really trying to, have a real conversation, but he's not. All of the stuff that he's doing is for entertainment purposes. I wanted to play a little bit of what he had to say. Well, I'll play with Tasha and Shay were talking about, and you're gonna hear. Well, I didn't pick up on. Yeah, I think I picked up on it because let me say this as well. There's this girl. Her name is Jessica X, and Jessica is a part of the Black manosphere. Even though she's a woman, no one knows what she looks like. Yeah, I don't know what I look like, but no one knows what she looks like. I shouldn't say that. You probably can Google me and her, and if there were ways to know who people really are. But a lot of people believe that picture that she has on her icon is not really her. You can clearly hear that she has an accent. I personally don't even believe that she's a black woman, and that's just my opinion, okay? And I'm entitled to that. So I don't even think that she's black. I think that she gets some type of humor out of jumping in these people's conversations. Because like I said, a lot of these people, they just like the racist tone of the stuff that's going on. They're getting off on it. And so she kind of called Tasha's show. I don't know if Tasha is familiar with Jessica X, but she didn't say anything. You can see how Tasha was studying her. I don't have the actual video for you guys. I'm just going to play the audio. But you can see how Tasha was kind of studying when she said her name was Jessica. I don't know if she really, I think she kind of was like, why do I know this? But she probably don't really know who she is. I never really hear Tasha get off into the whole black manosphere like that. But the girl called in and she tried to say some little slick stuff to Shay about, she started to fight. And like I said, if you guys go and look at that video, you can clearly tell that Shay did not really start that fight, regardless if she stood up or not. He was talking loud, so of course she's going to talk loud back to him. And like I said, these guys are setting this stuff up anyway. They're setting this up like that because they want to have black people on their platform acting like that so they can go viral. And that's what they're hoping to get out of that. They could care less about black women or Tommy for that matter. To my understanding, they have already started some stuff where he is concerned as it is. So they're going to flip on him too. They're going to flip on him just like they flip on black women. And that's more than what he deserves anyway. But yeah, let me just play you guys a little bit of what Tasha and um, Shay had to say. And then I'm going to play what Jessica X had to say because she was on the show and then she went to her channel and went live and started, giving her points of view on everything that Shay had to say.
Conversation though. The initial conversation was for us to go out there for the podcast, and then he wanted to do some content for his OnlyFans, but I never agreed with that because I don't do any type of content with guys on my OnlyFans or with guys for their OnlyFans, no matter how much money, because that's something forever that you have. So Tommy fucks on his OnlyFans? Yep. I mean, I guess the check getting that low, he needs to, fly girls out to do that. I'm stumped. Me too. I mean, YouTube, he's on his 18th channel with YouTube, so I'm not shocked. Yeah. Sad. Okay, so he wanted you guys to be in a video with him on his OnlyFans. Yeah, and I didn't agree on it. So, but your friend agreed on it, right? She said yes. Yeah. Did he pay her? Yeah. Where's your friend at? I need to talk to her. She got the wife. I don't know. I'll definitely give you her info after this. Please. I want to talk to her. I need to talk to her, woman to woman. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. How much did he pay her? Do you know? I really don't want to disclose that, but fuck it. He gave her $2,500, and he was originally supposed to give her $5,000. Hold on for a second. Hold on. Big check. I cannot. He is paying me $20. Look at Teddy. Teddy put his hand. $2,500. Yeah. To fuck on his OnlyFans. Tommy, the trick. Sotomayor. Yeah. And that's the thing about it. He talks so down about dark-skinned women, all this and that, but you really do love us behind closed doors. You gotta. Yeah, guys. I want to know how much he get a white girl. Ain't no telling how much he get those, because they do all type of stuff. If you know what I mean. He paid, and so what did he do after he smashed him? Please tell me it was protected. Of course, I hope so. I didn't see it. I wasn't there for that. I was already my ass was back up in Miami. Do you hear me? I was not with it. Can you fly me back out? I'm ready to go. And it was just uncomfortable because it's just he thought that was the main thing we were there for. And it's no, do something about a podcast. So we ended up doing that podcast. And after that podcast, I literally left to go back to Miami. And your friend stayed? Yeah, she stayed because that money was in her face. This is how women get AIDS. I cannot. Wow. If I was him, I would be angry too if I had to pay our sisters $5,000 for content on OnlyFans, and I guarantee you he ain't bringing that much back in residual. Mm-hmm. There's no way. Yeah, and that's what he kept saying. Talking about if you do my OnlyFans with me, you'll make way more money than you think. I have a big platform over there. Was telling me all this shit. I was just I'm good on it. This man to pay child support. That's why he be on the internet. They got his ass on some heavy. That shit sad. And he gotta do that with young girls like y'all, because he know. He try to catch you before you figure out who he is. Yeah, and that's so damn sad. I call me He's probably like 6'5", I think. Tommy's a little tall, I think. Yeah, he's taller than me. I'm only 5'6", so I know he's like 6, probably 3, 4, 6'4". That's crazy. Yeah. Ooh, Tommy the trick, y'all. So you turning yourself. Hey, drop the link again in the stream, y'all, so they can get on here and ask her questions, okay? So you're getting ready to turn yourself in tomorrow. No, I'm not turning myself in. I'm actually getting my attorney and them. They're going. That's how you do. They go through everything. You stay where you go. I made my payment yesterday for it, so they're going to go up there to do this my bench warrant out, so I don't got to go turn myself in, and then I'll just have to wait till my court date. Okay. What's your attorney say? What's your attorney say is going to happen? What do you think? He basically said that this is going to be dropped because like they 100% on. They seen the video, they slow it down. Even with just the verbal abuse that he was doing, they said this will be dropped and not to even worry about it. You know, don't stress myself about it because they thankful that this happened on camera. But yeah.
Okay, so I hope you guys can hear what's going on out there. Um, I don't know if you guys can in the comments let me know if you can hear, because I definitely don't want to do this over. I think my last video for the night. But so yeah, so she's saying that her lawyers are going to go to the courthouse on her behalf tomorrow because he has pressed charges against her. To be honest, I don't think he's going to show up. I think it is going to get dropped because he's not going to show up. But what he is doing is putting her through the motions as a way of getting back at her by making her have to, well, she could get an attorney assigned to her. So maybe that's what she did. I don't know. Um, but yeah, he's just trying to put her through the motions. I don't think he's going to show up to court for that because he was in the wrong. I don't care what lies people are trying to put out here. If you really pay attention to the way all of that went down, the tone, like I said, the tone in which these people set is enough. Anyway, the fact that these guys are setting these girls up to go on their platform to treat them like that, and they're only doing that to black women. Okay, the rest of those girls that are sitting there are just there just to sit there, right? And they may allow them to say one or two things, but I think that they all have an understanding of what their purpose, what their purpose is while they're there. They understand why they're there, and they know that it's not about them. It's not because you're never going to see any headlines, any viral anything about anyone else other than some black girl that go around. And that's why I said I don't even understand why black women go there. If you need attention, it's other ways of getting it. It's other ways of getting your channel out there. It's other ways of promoting yourself. That's not the way to allow someone to do stuff like that. And like I said, look at the legal problems that they can get you involved in. They don't care, and they don't care about Tommy either, because to my understanding, they've already flipped on him. DJ Academics is already out here saying whatever it is that he's saying. And so he's definitely trying to distance himself from him and those other two as well. So that whole thing is just about them using black folks. They don't care about you. Okay, and that Myron guy, I have a video. I just cannot get it up. Once I get it up, I'm gonna still put it up. I don't care how late it comes up, because I'm breaking down the fact that he is from Sudan and he does not respect black people. Okay, in this country, y'all want to classify him as a black man, but he's not classified as black in his home wherever he's from, whatever part of Sudan he's from. He is not classified as black, and so what he is doing, like a lot of people do, they put a black person out there. He put that darker African out there to make it seem as if they're, black men, and that they, have a right to do all of this stuff. But technically, that guy shouldn't even be having these conversations like that. And it's already been put out here that both of them are gay anyway. And that ain't no allegedly. The pictures and images and all that stuff are already out here. And I believe some ex-boyfriend of his is already out here confirming that. So they're not even straight. They don't even like women anyway. So the whole point is to put on this minstrel show so they can just make money off of these clicks and views and stuff. And then, try to make a name for themselves like Kevin Samuels. And that's why people tried to say that Kevin Samuels stuff was not good for us. It was not it's not okay. for people to sit and think they're doing stuff like that, which is unhealthy anyway. He's not, and like I said, and I'll say it again, they don't have nothing to stand on, no moral ground to stand on. Kevin Samuelson just paid his child support, okay, when he went viral. So y'all didn't do nothing but help him finally pay the debt that he's been owing that woman all these years. And his child is in her 20s. Okay? So miss me with that. He don't have no moral ground to stand on to tell no man about nothing and tell no woman about nothing. Period. Anyway, I'm going to play what Jessica had to say because she called in. Well, she was on the StreamYard with Tasha. And I don't think Tasha really knew who she was. That's just my opinion because Tasha was looking like she was trying to make the connection, but she couldn't make the connection. But I'm going to let you hear what Jessica has to say about Shay.
That when he ratted on the female, when he went and pressed charges on the conscious community for checking him about disrespecting they women. So this is a history. Okay, this is what he tries to do. But there was video, and there was video. So let me ask you a question. Why did you? I know you said you didn't do no research. How old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm only 25.
Okay, so you probably don't know his history like that.
I didn't know who he was at all until the first episode that I did.
Stop lying. And she's like, oh, only. Like I said, you're not a baby. 25 is not a baby. You're not a baby. And I knew who Tommy was. I found Tommy before I even found the space. I found Tommy probably going back like what? 4 years ago, maybe 4, 5 years. So even the age is not a factor either. And you knew who he was. You knew who he was before you got flued out. You knew who he was. Stop lying. The fact that Tasha K is just eating this up is crazy. But Tasha K is eating it up because she wants to believe it.
So yeah, that's Jessica X. Like I said, she's a part of the Black Manosphere. What she does is she will listen to those guys talk crazy, and then she'll kind of try to come in with her videos to reinforce what they're saying. And like I said, no one knows what she looks like, and I don't think that she's black. I think that she's other, personally, and that's why she won't reveal herself. Now there was some talk about she wanted to be a part of that conference that was in Atlanta, but they would not allow her. That's what they're claiming. They would not allow her to take part in it because they said no women involved. Um, but yeah, so she kind of went on there and kind of said, well, why did you hit him and this, that, and the other, just trying to set Shay up. And Shay said, I did not hit him. He pushed someone into me. So at that point, it became self-defense. The fight was started. Just because she stood up did not mean that she touched Tommy. She did not touch Tommy until that man fell into her. Whoever the security person was, or Myron, whoever she said it was, that fell into her. I think Myron is one of those, Ren and Stimpy. I don't know. I think it's the tall one. I don't know, but she said whoever was grabbing her, he pushed that person into her to start to kind of set off a fight. And to be honest, I looked at that, I watched that video twice. I did not even see her land on anything on him. So people are just really making up stuff anyway. I did not really see her touch him. It was not the way people put this story out here in the very beginning. And then they pulled the video. They wouldn't even let you see the video, but somebody else had already screenshot it, and I guess it got around. And then it finally, they went on and put it back out there, and then DJ Academics put it back out there because he made a video about it as well. You do not see her hand land on Tommy at all. Okay, so all of this is just to blow up a conversation and make someone look a certain way when nothing really happened. And if something did happen, he started it. So point blank and period. And the Jessica girl has no point. She called up there saying that and then when Shay's tried to say, well, no, I did not hit him first. He pushed the man into me, so he was the one starting, and then he came back swinging on me as a woman. And then she started going into something where, as a woman, you shouldn't be putting your hands on men and da da da. She just kept saying the same stuff over. But she was just looking for her 5 minutes of funk, child, over on Tasha K's platform, and that's all that was. Because a lot of that stuff with the Black manosphere is kind of dying down, and that's the thing about all of this foolishness that people are doing. It's only going to last for so long before people start moving their attention somewhere else, right? And so, at some point, you're going to have to find something else to do, right? Because people don't want to keep hearing the nonsense going back and forward. And like I said, those guys don't have any business trying to give nobody advice anyway. So the other part that I wanted to play was what Tommy had to say, because Tommy, of course, and he's still live right now, I'm sure. He, of course, is saying that I'll let you guys hear what he had to say. It's ridiculous. Of course, that's what he will do. He will spin the narrative.
And I felt like you did do your best to maintain your calm, but it was clear when his voice got super like aggressive, then also it was almost like you were being provoked in a way. I almost wish you would have really like two-pieced him, but I think you definitely handled yourself. The one thing I did notice when I was kind of looking up some of Tommy's stuff in terms of his OnlyFans, I didn't go on his OnlyFans, but all the girls he's really having sex with are all brown skin or dark skin like you. So I find it really interesting. He's tricking on these girls that actually are your skin tone, if not darker. But then he's sitting here.
I'm with you, girl. He ain't shit. So what I did was I went and looked on his OnlyFans. And I'm telling you, I'm gonna go along with what you're saying. Because what she's saying isn't true, but I'm gonna go along with what she's saying. So, ma'am, you just proved my point that the biggest hoes on the planet is dark-skinned chicks. Did she not prove my point? You're proving my point that I can talk shit about black women all day. I want to fuck white women, but they won't take the little bit of money I offer that the dark-skinned black girls will, even though they know I talk shit about dark-skinned women. You're proving how big of a whores they are.
Now you guys hear his spin on all of this, right? So he's trying to spin the narrative that, oh, well, they're easy, so I can just give them a 2 or 3. Mind you, the girl that he slept with is light skinned. Remember that, okay? Shay said she packed up and went home. She did not participate in the content that he wanted to create. So who are you really talking about, sir? Who are you talking about? Oh, now you're talking about all black women, because the person that you end up sleeping with was not dark skinned. She was light skinned. Remember, you tried to say that Shay is upset because you slept with her friend and not her. At first, that's what the narrative he was pushing, and now he's trying to say that these girls are all whores. Now, last year, what? No, it's been a minute now. It's probably 2020 when he started this whole OnlyFans page in the first place. Now, around the time of me finding out about him having OnlyFans, I was actually listening to him. And there was a white lady, some lady that was in his audience, because I told you guys, these people don't have a black audience. Anyway, so she came up and she started saying, Tom talking about his videos or whatever. And she said, Tommy, you have the same videos on your OnlyFans that you have on Pornhub. See, that is how I found out about the Pornhub. Because see, I'm not into Tommy like that. I'm not going to look for Tommy. How would I have known that? So I didn't know that he was a porn actor or whatever you choose to call it back in the late 80s, early 90s, or somewhere in there. He was saying that the videos that he put up were like older videos because he hasn't worked on any new content yet. He wanted to see how OnlyFans worked and what have you. And so he was having this conversation with the lady in his comments, that was on his podcast. And that's how I found out about the Pornhub. And she said, well, people don't have to pay the money. They can just go to Pornhub and see the same videos. And he told her, not to say that. But he said that he was getting ready to start working on new content. So if you have all these white women in your audience, then why don't you fly or whatever them out? Why are you not flying them out? Fly them to Atlanta. And she was so excited to talk about she saw your videos. So why are you not asking them to be up in your videos? Don't try to act like the black woman is falling all over the place around you, because they're not, because you sit and talk crazy about black women all the time. So you don't have no black women in your audience, um, Tommy. So please stop lying. All of those women that are in your audience are not black, or they are other, still women of color, or whatever you choose to call them. They're not, you don't have no black women coming to your channel, and you know that is true. The only time somebody black come to your channel is to go in on you, like Tracy. Now Tracy have come to your channel, and she went in on you in your comments, and then you guys had they had a whole battle going. And she went to your channel to go in on you to build her own channel. She gave you the same medicine that you give out, right? You're using all these people to build your channel. And so when people come to your channel to use you that way, you're just getting what you put out here. That's it, and that's all. So, but for the most part, black women do not come to your channel. So if you can have all those women that are in your comments that are so in like with you, why don't you invite them to Atlanta to make your content? Why black women? So that's to spin it back to you, because that doesn't make anybody easy if you are seeking them out, because you're the one seeking these girls out, and they both have already stated that you are the one who came looking for them. You hit them up from their only fan pages and from their Instagram pages. You are not, these girls are not coming looking for you, Tommy. So cut it out. You are not Hugh Hefner, okay? I was just making a joke when I said that. You are not the black Hugh Hefner, okay? You are the one out searching for these girls. So miss me with the nonsense. Now, the other thing that I wanted to play really quick, I want to play his brother, because his brother said, and his brother, I can't remember who else he interviewed with. This is an interview with Tariq Nasheed, Tommy Sotomayor's brother, interview with Tariq Nasheed a few years ago. But more recently, within the last 2 years, I think it was Storm Monroe. I can't remember who he interviewed with. You guys know, let me know in the comments. But his brother said they were not raised like that. He's not sure why his brother is doing the stuff that he's doing. But he's not going to say that in this clip. But I'm going to let you guys hear this.
Up with. This is not a joke, by the way. This ain't the Christmas skit or nothing. This is the real deal. Because a lot of people are talking about you and some of these children that Tommy has that he hasn't been talking about. So I know a lot of people have been reaching out to you. What have people been saying to you?
I decided to take this opportunity in this lane to, with being, knowing the following that you have and knowing what you speak for. I thought I'd link up with you, first to speak justice on what's been coming towards me.
Yeah.
I'm not tired of the people, hitting me up, but it's I don't have the same views as this man. His children's situation is his children's situation. I don't agree with any of it, and I don't agree with what he's doing online. And I believe that in his time that he has, he could use his will and his power to speak more truth and more light to a generation that's coming up. And he's doing nothing but speaking damnation. And I got to speak up for that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I got kids growing up in the same era.
Yeah. And you and I, we've talked before. And, Tommy has this whole fatherless America thing going on. But Tommy has a lot of older children that that is being hypocritical.
I mean, look at it. I ain't going, once again, I ain't going to speak on this grown man life, you know what I mean? We're in a day and age where anything you want, anything you want to know, shoot, you can go and look for it just like anybody else can. You feel me?
Yes,
right. So I'm not putting him on blast at all. You know what I mean? Shoot, this is what people coming to me and they asking me. You feel me? So I want to put it out there. I take care of my kids, man. You know what I mean? And sometimes I take care of other people's kids too. I ain't looking for no benefit in it. You feel me? I do it because that's the way we were raised. You know what I mean? That's the way we were raised. Absolutely. And I can't speak on him. I can only speak for the young black king that I'm trying to be.
Yes, indeed, man. Hey, man, I'm glad you spoke your piece. You spoke your mind, man. Give everybody your website again, brother.
You can follow me on Instagram, Young Black King X. That's YONGBLACKKING and the letter X. NXWeTrust.com. Isley Malone on Facebook. Holla at me.
There you go, man. Thanks for the call, brother Isley.
All love, sir.
All right, brother. Now that was.
Now, do that sound anything like Tommy Sotomayor? No. So I don't know. I think that he, like I said, people need to realize that people are doing a lot of the stuff that they're doing, the buffoonery, the coonery. They're doing that for clicks and views. They don't care about the fact that they're putting out a nasty image of black men. Um, they're making themselves look a certain way. They don't care about that. The only thing that they're concerned about is those clicks and those views. And that's really, really what it all comes down to. This has nothing to do with nothing else. I don't think that he has as much disdain for black women as he's trying to say. Otherwise, he would stop making all these babies with them. And like I said, if you want to create content with non-black women, get some of them women out of your audience. How about that? Leave us alone. Stop. And like Tasha K was saying during her interview, what he's doing is he's hitting these very young girls up before they can really get a chance to find out who he is. And that's what that is, because they're not, those young girls are probably not on YouTube looking for no Tommy Sotomayor. Okay. So let's keep it real about that. They have their own, their own YouTubers that are in their age range that they probably know of. They're not looking for Tommy Son. That's why I said he's sitting there with all those young girls, those young people in their 20s, and 20s and early 30s, and they don't know who he is. Those people did. None of those people probably knew who he was, except for those guys. Okay, those girls did not know who Tommy Sotomayor was, just like she said in that interview. And that's what he's doing. He's attacking black women on his platform, and then he's creeping into people's DMs on Instagram and on OnlyFans to try to hook up with the very women that he's disrespecting. And now he over there calling her and Tasha K all kind of names, but then you tried to sleep with the lady, okay? And she had the same wig or weave or whatever it is that you try to say. So anyway, before I go, child, I just want to play. Uh, DJ Academics is trying to say that he feel like he will never work with Tommy. Like I said, was said at the very beginning of this video, they're trying to now back out of their connection with Tommy, right? Because they know that it's some black women on here when they get a win in this and they start creating these petitions, YouTube is once again going to hear about them, and then you know they might possibly find themselves in trouble or get their page suspended or taken down or whatever, and they need to take that video down. They put it back, but they need to take that down, because if people are trying to say certain things or classified as harassment and whatever else they trying to say out here, then that is as well. That video should not be up, with him using all that language like that, calling that girl all kind of names, and not just her, the other black girl that was there as well. um, yeah, once certain people get a wind of what's going on and they start a petition, then they know that they're going to find themselves in a lot of trouble, and so now they're trying to back out of their relationship with him. But according to Tommy, he's been cool with them. He's been cool with them for a while, and DJ Academics. But now DJ Academics saying that he don't think Tommy will ever make it out of the situation that he's in, because of the way he handles himself. So now you're trying to distance yourself from him, but then you're the one who was inviting him to your podcast. And to my understanding from Chay, he's been on there several times. I don't watch them. I don't know who's on there. I can care less. But it sounds like he's been on there several times. This wasn't the first or the last time that he's been on that podcast. But I'm not even going to get into DJ Academics. I'm just going to let you guys hear what Tariq Nasheed had to say about him wanting to fight women.
Oh, this nigga's a train wreck. And I don't like talking, because any promotion, Crispy likes any type of promotion. Fact. Crispy got into it with this woman. He's about to beat the woman up. Oh, Lord. This Crispy stayed whooping a woman's ass. Crispy stayed whooping on a woman's ass. Dang. If there's a woman's ass to be whooped, Crispy's going to be right there, front of line. Yeah? Lord. If it's a woman's ass, Crispy all jumping bad on a woman. You mess with the wrong one, bitch. You mess with the wrong nigga, everybody. Did y'all see it? When it comes to a woman, he's the biggest, baddest nigga. You don't know he's better than everybody. You mess with the wrong one, everybody.
This is hilarious. Tariq Nasheed said there's a woman's ass to be whipped. Crispy is in the front of the line. God damn.
I'll beat your ass, everybody. Hold me back, everybody. He's snatching them. I told this bitch, everybody. Now, when I ran up on Crispy, when I ran up on him, he didn't have all that smoke. Crispy didn't have all that energy when I walked up on his ass.
Fact.
When I stepped to him, he didn't have that energy. He was quiet as a church mouse when I ran up on him. You know, when a man, when my brother out there in New York socked him in the face, he got on the phone and called the police. Is you serious? Is you serious, everybody? Hello, police. I'm Crispy, everybody. I was assaulted. Is you serious?
Is you serious?
Y'all remember that when this nigga was yelling, is you serious?
Yeah, like, yeah, man.
The nigga shot him in the face and he started screaming and then called the police. Are you serious, everybody?
Yes, he is.
You stole me. You stole me, everybody. Hello? Yes, I'm in Harlem. I'm on 125th Street. Send an ambulance, everybody. You stole me.
Send an ambulance, everybody.
You didn't step to that nigga. Nigga socked you in the face. And you got on the phone and cried to the fucking police. But the woman, I choked you, bitch. I'm the wrong nigga, everybody. I was on that nigga's bumper heavy, nigga. I walked off in that Glad interview. I did a pull-up on this nigga. I wanted all the bullshit. I wanted all the bullshit with that nigga. He sat there like a quiet as a church mouse with a tear going down his eye. DJ Black, why you set me up, everybody?
What's up?
I had to present Crispy with that award. What's up, Crispy? I had to give you your award, Crispy. Crispy. I wanted all the bullshit with that nigga. He sat there like a quiet as a church mouse with a tear going down his eye. DJ Black, why you set me up, everybody? DJ Black, you playing this thing, DJ Black. You playing this thing. Why did you?
So yeah, he had me dying. And I can't find the full video, but you guys can go to Mr. Fair Use. I think that's his name. His channel to watch the video. I was over here crying. I was like, okay, that's exactly what, like I said, that's exactly what he do. Like, he didn't have no smoke for all these guys that have confronted him in the past. But all of a sudden, you up windmilling with a woman. Like, really make that make sense. And I don't care what people say. I'm not promoting violence. I'm not saying anybody should touch anyone. I'm not saying that she should have been ready to go, to knuckle up with a man. I'm not saying that. No one's promoting anything. But when someone is inciting that type of rage, you should expect it. Okay? It's just like when they tried to do the whole thing about the girl going in her purse. It's the same thing. You guys are inciting this type of behavior, and then you're trying to sit around and pretend like you're not doing that. You're calling people out of their name. You're telling people they stupid. You're talking to them like they don't have good sense, yet you have gone through some process to invite them there. Like, make it make sense. So you guys are setting these people up for this, and you're giving them alcohol on top of all of the rest of that stuff, right? And as far as I'm concerned, I mean, Tariq Nasheed is too old to be sitting in there with those young people like that. Like, that was disgusting by itself for me when I first even heard that he was even there. He has no business in that conversation. I don't get in. Yeah, I wouldn't. He should have no business in those 20-something in those conversations like that. I don't think. I just want for you to have an opinion on your own platform, but I think you going in a circle of young people and trying to, start calling them all kind of names and stuff. And you don't enough to be this girl's father, and you ain't even a father to your own children, and you're trying to talk to her like you know something. No, sir, I don't think so. And that's just how I feel about it. But yeah, I hope things work out for her when she goes. Well, she's not going to actually go to court. She said her lawyers are going to go for her, the lawyer or whomever is going in her place. So hopefully things will work out for her with this. And like she said, it's definitely a lesson learned. And I just think that women here and on all these social media platforms, regardless of race, but in particular our women, we have to be better at networking, because there's no reason for anybody to feel so like they just have to go on there and deal with that. Okay, because when these guys put it out there that they don't like black women, that's what they mean. And that's DJ Academics as well. He can play whatever card he want to play because he's trying to stay politically correct, because he know that we're talking about this, but he don't care for black women either. Okay, so let's be clear about that. These people they don't have it, they don't see any good for you. They had, if they're trying to talk to you, they're up to something. And you need to go into these situations understanding that. And then he's trying to say, "Oh well, I have to pay these black women, the dark." He's saying dark skinned women. However, the friend that he slept with was not dark skinned. So I want to remind people of all that as well. Like this, he trying to spin a narrative, but the girl you slept with was not dark skinned. Remember, and her picture is floating around on YouTube right now as well. So you didn't sleep with no dark skinned girl. Okay. So you can cut it out with all of that. And the ones that you are sleeping with, you're sleeping with them because you want to. You're the one reaching out to these girls, whether they dark skin, light skin, brown, yellow, orange, pink, or blue. You're the one reaching out to them. Don't nobody want you. Ain't nobody out here looking for you. Okay. And then he talked about, oh, and these women out here doing all this research. That's right. If we're going to speak on things, we do have to do research. Nobody's impressed with your 1989 sex tapes. Okay. So miss me with that. Yes, people are going to do research because we shouldn't be talking about things unless we have looked into them. That doesn't mean that people went running because they want to see you. It was I was not impressed. Okay, and you guys can go to Pornhub for free and put his name in. Like I said, now if you want to see his new content for whatever reason, I guess you would have to go to OnlyFans. But he has stuff that's already out here. That's from when he was doing all of this stuff back in the day when he was younger. Um, yeah, and you really need to grow up. The fact that you saw OnlyFans come up and you had some type of flashback is really tickles me. It took you back to when you was out here making money, doing these things, I guess. Um, and so you wanted to go and jump on OnlyFans, and now you have to pay these girls to jump on there with you, and you getting upset over it. And regardless of race, he even said it that he would have to pay the white ones as well. So it doesn't matter what race they are, you're gonna have to pay. You got to pay to play, okay? And you know that. Don't nobody want you anyway. I just wanted to come on and talk about this interview and talk about him because he just had me. He's probably still alive. I guarantee if we go over to his channel, he's still alive, running his mouth about the topic. He's talking about Tasha K's interview with Chay. Um, so he's probably still over there making up stuff. Anyway, let me know what you guys think about all of this. If you saw the interview with Chay and Tasha, let me know what you thought about it. And if you guys are familiar with Jessica X, what do you think about her trying to jump in there? I feel like she was just doing that to kind of self-promote herself. That's the only thing I took from it. Because the stuff it sounds like she didn't even see the video, right? She just kind of is making her own, doing what Tommy's doing, kind of creating her own story around it. But and I find it funny that she wouldn't announce who she was, right? Because a lot of other YouTubers would have said, "Hey, Tasha, I'm so and so, and my channel is so and so," right? Like when Shay's friend came on, he announced who he was, right? But she, for whatever reason, tried to go on there on a little sneak tip and say some stuff and then jump off. But I digress. Let me know what you guys think about all of this in the comments, and I'll see you guys in the next video. His mother was a black woman. Yeah, he has. Yeah, all of his children are. Now, when he was going at it with Tracy, she actually doxed him, and she put his daughter out there, one of his daughter's pictures out there, and he has a new baby as well. He has a little of under 2 or 3. And then you can hear that his brother said he has some adults children, as what Tariq was asking him about. I think all of his kids are dark skinned. Like I said, all of his children are by black women. I think he was the one of the ladies that I saw. I think she was a light skinned lady, but his children are still. He's dark skinned. His kids are still going to have melanin, right? He has been with black women throughout with all of his children. So don't let him fool you with all this foolishness, child. I'm sorry. I don't even know why he's doing it. I think that he's only doing this for clicks and views. I don't really think that he really feels the way that he's expressing himself. Like I said, he's just doing it because he know he can make money by disrespecting his own people, which it is disrespectful to his mother and to his daughters. But what can you say? I guess he thinks that it's worth it for him, and it's not. It's really not. But you can't tell a fool nothing, child. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.